What is up, YouTube? And today we're on an account that I haven't actually been on in a very long time. It is my free-to-play alt, and I just wanted to log in to show you guys more easily how you guys should be progressing through Etheria restart. Now, the people that have been following my channel are probably very confused why I'm making this video, but we do have the official global launch in pretty much for Asia coming out maybe by the time you see this already happening. And there's a lot of players that quit in like the first few weeks that are coming back with all these rewards and are giving it a second chance, or are just coming back from a long hiatus. And I just wanted to tell you guys, the easiest way to progress in case you guys have forgotten. So basically, with every other gacha game, you're really going to want to go through the story. I don't even know how to access the story now that I think about it. But basically at the bottom right, there's going to be, here it is, the main quest. You want to progress with the main quest as much as you can. It will be level locked, so you want to make sure you're just doing this as, often as you can to get as far as you can. And while you're doing the story, the thing you want to focus on is this Hyperlink charter. It will basically act as your guidebook as a new player and will give you these quests. You want to make sure that you're filling out these quests and just do as much as possible so you can get these great rewards that will unlock as you complete each chapter. Now, these will also level lock you, as you can see here. So what happens when you get level locked in story and Hyperlink charter? Well, that's where you want to go and farm some resources to build up your characters. So where you're going to want to go is investigation. This will drop books, which you can use to level up your characters, or the GP outpost. So GP outpost will drop these materials, and they're going to be for every single element or affinity, if you want to call it that. And this will be used in the prowess menus. If you go to your character and go to your prowess, you're going to see that there is like nodes you can unlock by using those mats, and also these skill up mats, right? And the thing is, these will give you a ton of stats. So even if characters that you are using, you don't plan to level up their skills, which is what will be unlocked at the level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5 node. Getting it up to that point will be very important because it will give you a ton of stats. If I show you, for example, on Viper here, just by putting in these materials, which are very easily farmable, you're getting a ton of attack. Now, in terms of the lattice, if you should use it on these characters at these nodes, these should be used a little bit sparingly because they're hard to come by, especially in the early game. But these are basically the way you power up your characters. So I would mostly just focus, using your skill ups on characters you plan to use for the long run, which I'll talk about in another video. But I do have a lot of tier lists on my channel, which you can check out, that it, talks about, what characters you want to invest in. But basically, what I'm trying to say is if you get level locked, that is where you want to farm those investigations and the GP outpost to start building up your characters. So you're going to keep progressing through, and eventually you'll get to the point where you're like level 20-ish. And then some of the quests will have already taken you to Grim Pursuit. And this is where the shells will drop, which are these, basically these weapons or artifacts or light cones of this game. And you're going to want to equip these on all your characters and build them up. The game does a pretty good job of explaining how to level these up, but essentially you want this on every single one of your characters, and you want to put as high of a level as you can on each of these for your characters. This will be the biggest boost of power for your account. Now, Phoebe will be like the first early game power spike for your characters. You can put Twilight Knight on your damage dealer that you're using, whether it be Leanne or Yelly, even if you have her early game. And then you can literally put Black Flag on everyone else, and your team will be fine for the early game. So that's what I recommend. Once you get to Phoebe, stop here for a bit and farm. Shells are going to be way more important than thresholds to farm, even though you might be thinking, oh, in every other game, thresholds, or not thresholds, like gear or modules in this game are like the biggest way to get stronger. It's true in this game as well, but the only thing you really need to focus on for your gear is going to be your matrices and your main stats on the right side. So the left side will have fixed main stats. These will never change. The ones at the top here, you can see defense 216. This piece can only get flat defense, this one can only get HP, and this one can only get attack. But the ones on the right, they can all vary. So you want to make sure that you have a good main stat, usually HP percent or defense percent for, sustain or tank or supports. And you want to make sure for your damage dealers that you're getting like, crit damage or crit rate or attack percent. On top of that, you want to make sure your matrices are good. Swift Rush on everything is a safe bet except your DPS. DPS can be run on something like Onslaught and Fury, or like Harvest and stuff like that in the early game is fine. Keen Eye is very good from one of the dungeons. So that's all you need to really focus on, just like good main stats and good sets. Do not really worry about the sub stats too much. Your main power is going to come from shells, because shells give you these basic attributes at the top, and they also will have these passives that will give you a ton of stats that you can reroll. On top of that, they have like a special effect, and they'll make your characters a lot stronger. So thresholds, even though you might want to farm it, it's technically not worth farming it till Hell 3 because of how it can drop these triple matrices ones, which I won't talk about in this video. It's pretty complicated, but just know Hell 3 is where it starts being worth it. So that's what you really want to do, and just farm shells. So Fabian's like a really good one to, you know, farm. Like I said, Whitney's not the best. It's okay. You don't really have to farm Whitney. You could just skip this one. The next one is going to be Nico Nana. So Nico Nana, even starting from Hell, they'll drop these red shells, which are like the late game shells. And these shells are all very good. All 4 of these from Nico Nana are amazing for PvE and PvP. So it's a great place to farm for a few days, honestly. And it's just a good way to make your character stronger, right? You can put White Fang on your DPS. You can put Artisan on your supports. You can put Gigabyte on your supports that you want to go a little bit faster. And Alicorn is mostly for PvP, so you don't have to, you know, raise one up, but just hold some in your inventory for later that look decent. But honestly, until you get into Inferno, you can probably sell your Alicorns, because yeah, they're not going to drop the triple matrix sets. If you're wondering why you should get into Inferno over Hell, well, Inferno can actually drop triple matrices. I don't know if I have any here, but you can see like right on this account, like there's like 2 matrices here, Unbreakable and Bramble. A third one will unlock sometimes if you get lucky from the drops in Inferno, which makes it very important to farm Inferno eventually. So that's pretty much how you want to progress early game. You will get to the point where you do come to Nico Nana and you will spend a lot of time here, but don't worry, that's normal, and getting your shells online will be a very important thing to get your account progression going. Now, before I end the video, I want to talk about some small things that are very important as well. Basically, you want to make sure you're doing your arena every single day, even if you lose, because you saw I just went in after a long time, and I did get a ton of random rewards. You get rank up rewards, which is very good, but won't be achievable for everyone early on. But you do get these weekly rewards, and they will give you these crystals to help you, you know, summon and also refresh your energy and stuff like that. Now, talking about energy, what I recommend as an early game player, at least until like level 60-ish, even more, you can even go all the way to like 100 if you want, is to max refresh with crystals. And you're probably thinking, oh my god, why am I using my summons basically, which I can buy with crystals for energy? The thing is, this will jumpstart your account and allow you to progress much faster. And also, the game already gives you a ton of summons. Now, I know it looks like I have 0 summons on this account. It's because I summon all the time whenever I get them. And also, I haven't played on this account in a while. But this game gives you so many summons. You can pity every banner as a free to play, basically. So, yeah, you don't really need summons early, especially because they'll throw you so many. So you definitely want to max refresh. Now, the last thing I'll say is just make sure you participate in the events that are going on to, you know, however much you can. You won't be able to full clear everything. For example, like Ethernet Rally, which is an ongoing, refreshing monthly stage. You do need 3 teams, so you won't be able to do it for like the first month or so. So don't worry about it too much. But you want to do as much as you can in this challenge tab and also the event tab. There's going to be some stuff you can do, like Chakra Rings Adventure, where you're just kind of going around the map and just getting, you know, like a lot of stuff. You can see on the first roll, wow, I can just buy a lot of stuff here. But, you know, you want to make sure you participate in these. And also you want to make sure you are joining a guild. So guilds in this game, unions, they give you a ton of rewards. You definitely want to join one. I'm not in one because I haven't logged in 2 months on this, and I think I got kicked, which is good. I wouldn't expect it. But it will open up a shop. So there's a shop here, the union shop, which I can't see because I'm not in a guild. Gives you a ton of materials that you will be able to buy. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Also, like with this crystal supply, not really worth it outside of like the purple summons. The yellow ones are pretty expensive, so it's really up to you. The base value for purple summons is like 100 crystals, and the base value for the yellow ones is 300. So this one's like actually pretty worth it now that I look at it, because it's buy 1 get 1 free. This is buy 8 get 2 free. So yeah, these are pretty worth it if you're free to play, if you are looking to summon more. But okay, let's close that menu before I start yapping more about random things I see. But that's pretty much it, and what I'd recommend. You know, I've played this game for so long now since release. This is my 3rd account actually, and I've always been trying to help out new players and trying to get new players to play. So if you guys have any questions, you can let me know down below. I also have a Discord channel or Discord server that you can join, which has a lot of experienced players. Everyone's super nice, and if they're not, don't worry, I will handle it. But thank you for watching once again. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video.